All right. Just had a wonderful conversation with my brother Snake, and we talked about some very dynamic things about our council, about an initial group of individuals who can push a much more healthy, authentic agenda. He believes in me, and I gotta tell you, after this last few years on social media, my first few years on social media and doing this in an intensified effort, I believe in me too, because the fakeness that I have seen and the people using and the crab in the barreling that I have seen, where people are just love bombing the hell out of one another, and you feel like they're the best in the world, and you get behind them, and then all to put months and weeks and years sometimes of effort into them just to be tossed aside. Or, and our good friend, I hope, becomes a good friend, even derogatized, just insanely offended publicly, and by someone that he works so hard to help, right? And we see this and we lose faith in the collective idea, right? Imagine if nature lost faith in the collective idea, if the millions and billions of microorganisms to mammals stopped working together in a beautiful harmony that they don't even understand, you know? In my sauna session with my brother, the JP Killer, last night, comes out, I don't know and thank you. I don't know. I know one thing, and that's that I don't know. And to move beyond that and to say that I'm some all-knowing will be the most ingenuine, inauthentic thing that I can. And so many times I don't present myself as the expertise and with the confidence that many people think you need to be successful in the fake world. I think being real in a fake world is the coolest thing to be. I just can't be anything else, because my people early in life showed me what fake, how real the word fake really is. And then later in life, they showed me again, and I said, into the jungle. And I had some of the realest experience. I'm not sure that anyone has had such a real experience, especially after indigenous people tell me, how did you do this? How many times have you taken the plant medicine? I have not taken the plant, but let me tell you something. I don't know. But one thing I know is that I don't know, but I'm thankful for whatever it is that I do seem to have. And I'm not an actor. I am not selling myself. I don't want to sell myself. I want to bring specific what I really feel in my heart. Snake's telling me, and an authentic person names and appreciates his characters and gives credit where it's due. It doesn't just not name them and have these presentations that don't involve all the ideas of support and entities of support, and doesn't have that cohesiveness, that genuineness. And likely not too many people see this video. But if some of the particles of the spear tip can see this video and the spear tip punches through, and if you look at a couple of the Instagrams that I've produced and you see that I've been traveling all over the world like a bolt of lightning and just making these super genuine connections coming out of this intense, genuine existence. You know, genuine has to stay my key word, or else who am I? I'm just another, right? Nutritional diversity is like the opposite of a nuclear destructive force or energy giving force too, right? Infinite energy, where we split that ultra dense atom. It's more like the expansion of light that illuminates and gives life everywhere. This disbursement as we see out in nature, as we kind of see in blockchain. That's why I would really believed in blockchain. But that's no longer this secret magic. It's this widespread, but it's spirit tipping. I'm speaking in the abstract just a little bit here. And that's because I don't know. But I like to embrace exactly that unknown. We need to embrace exactly that unknown. Or what are we doing? Not learning. We're just in our comfort zone, to use the fitness terminology. We're doing what we know we can do. We're not pushing ourselves to do what we don't know what we can do or that we have not done before. There's so many guys in the gym, I can't do that. You can't do that yet. But little by little, by hairs at a time, you can do that. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you can step into this unknown zone, this uncomfortable zone. And the first step to that is, I don't know if I can do that. That's the first step out of I can't or I can't, or I don't know, but I'm gonna find out. Which could be better in that way that when you step out, you're not even defining this new can. You're saying, show me what the new can is. Words can't describe it. No mouth sound can begin to describe any of this, but nuclear reaction of splitting something is just one secret in the unknown, right? And likely, maybe in a less powerful direction than unifying an insane cocktail of different elements into this awesome chemistry, which is what we're talking about with this council of personalities, of hearts, of spirits. A lot of these personalities that had come together once before behind another personality just to discover that this guy was a narcissist. And boy, does he have a good mouthpiece. And I've seen this before, and I've been suckered by it over and over and over again. And then you go in and you're like, oh, wow, he sounded so genuine because he's in the mirror. He's in the narcissist. And he's just so well rehearsed that no genuine person that doesn't invest all their talent points and concentration in the superficial presentation would ever be. So the science is all stolen. This isn't a researcher. This isn't an explorer. This is not an adventurist. He can't leave his rich kid house. And then he'll retell the story, just like this other guy now, where, oh, I had it so hard. I know kids covered in dirt right now. They're 6. They have plastic shoes and 1 pair of shorts. And the plastic shoes are falling apart. How exactly are you defining that? You said you were a pro snowboarder at 16. This kid will, worse than that, some of us were beaten with whips every day. The friend I was just on the phone with, beaten with a whip every fucking, never mind what shoes you got on. Some of us were grew up in a box. Didn't even know what a whip, didn't know people were getting, didn't care for plastic. Nothing. Butterfly affected into seeing something. There's all kinds of dynamics, but to bring them together is new. To just continue the separation and the ego. Well, we're all doing that. The sciences of nature, and you're talking to a biologist here, they start to seem very binary, very digital, very holodeck. You start to get this idea that we are in a training module for the soul. A soul that we have no idea. We'll never probably in this, don't. But again, listen, none of these mouth sounds I'm making right here begin to describe or confine anything. And as Einstein says, if we pay attention to nature and understand everything better, we know we need everything that we consume, that goes into a process, and to just look at that one layer and think that you know what you're looking at is to confine yourself to that space. So what I'm saying is I want to challenge the small particles that could be a spear tip that have enough character and strength to trust again, to try again, to test, no doubt, because experimentalism is how you learn. And to realize that all the negatives can be a positive with one decision that says, I am free radical, infinite travel. I know this is abstract, but just hang with me here. Or don't. Into the unknown. The Nutritional Diversity Project aims to be a collective project. If you would like to be on the council and you feel and you found this video at all, it's probably from above. All the councils will be the stockholders of the fund that we will use in a joint decision that has not been made yet. And let's just say we won't make it for a while. Let's see how we can stack it up, how we can revolutionize the entire idea, the entire manufacturing of supplements and supplemental health into maybe even a mainstream course of new diet for a new era and a new potential altogether. And this could sound crazy talk to you. What are you gonna do? I love you. I wish you the best. And I know we're all coming back to that one love. Salute to Bob Marley. And it's just going to take some of us a lot longer to get there, but it's going to take all of us a long time. So let's enjoy this beautiful journey and love each other and love the world and love the dummies and love the geniuses. And remember that we're not the definition, we're not the defining minds of that. But we can be artistic and we can express and we can experience and we can, if we're strong enough, leave the masks alone. And give someone a hug. There's so many young kids out there that need it.